This week on the Digital Coffee, say no to AI politicians. TikTok is continuing to be a bit shoppy, and on YouTube you can now easily promote your channel to get more subscribers, which is great. All that and more after this. Good morning, and welcome to the Digital Coffee. This is your weekly dose of digital marketing and social media news for small business. I can see we've got someone watching, so a big hello if you are watching. My name is Amanda Webb, and I am a digital marketing ROI trainer, consultant, mentor, and implementer of Google Analytics. So if you want to know more about Google Analytics, I'm the person to come to. I am holding my mug. I'm grasping my mug. Gosh, there's loads of you here now. So I am grasping my mug, which is empty because this is the digital coffee, and digital coffee doesn't come out. It's not very tasty. But I would love to know what you've got in your mug while you join me. I am looking forward to my big real coffee as soon as this show finishes. I'd also love to know where you're watching, because we are live on lots of places. We should be. Last week it all went pear-shaped, but we should be live on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Twitter, and on YouTube. So if you are watching, tell me what's in your mug. Tell me where you are watching physically and virtually. And also, let me know what you think about this week's story. You know what? Just realised, left my iPad with all the stories on behind me. So 1 second, I'm going to press Charlie, and I'm going to run over, I'm going to get my iPad, I'm going to run back with it and switch it on, and it'll all be, maybe I should just go and get it now. Whew. Didn't have that far to go. How I forgot, I thought I was so prepared this morning. I was like, Amanda, you are so prepared. I was not prepared. Anyway, and now I can see, okay, people are commenting now. Thank you so much. I don't know who this is, so if you want to comment and let me know who this is. Somebody watching in Wales. Woohoo! Great to see Howard Howie here. Great to see you. Water this morning. And we've got Making, who I'll tell you a little bit more about in a second. Making watching over on YouTube, I believe. And saying hello to Howard Howie. That's great to see you here. And just because I'm really glad that we saw Making here. And there's another hello from another LinkedIn user. LinkedIn's not telling me who you are though. So anyway, it's great to see you. Because Making's here, I should remind you really that at 10:30 a.m. over on LinkedIn, if you want to join us for a chat, we're going to discuss one of these stories in more detail. And we're also going to talk about who won the internet and who lost the internet this week. This is a live recording of our podcast, and as I say that, my head's going, I hope I have everything prepared for that correctly. So do join us. You can either scan that QR code and join us later on, or you can just go and visit Making's profile and my profile and you will see us there. Great stuff. I can see Marva. Hello, Marva in Wales. Yes, I remember meeting you at Atomicon. Great to see you here. Fabulous. That's great. Okay, I have my iPad out now. I'm just quickly scrolling to the top, so I know what I'm going to talk about. Now I'm going to press Charlie. What do I mean by that? That sounds a bit dodgy, doesn't it?
Hi, I'm Charlie Lawrence, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
That was Charlie. Okay. In the past, over the last, I'd say 2 or 3 elections, you know what's really dominated is digital marketing. Just 1 second, I have to press the button. Digital marketing has really dominated the news on how people are getting votes. I mean, way back in Obama's first campaign, Twitter, because it was Twitter then, was the big thing. They put Twitter, a big reason why he won the vote was what he was doing on Twitter. Then, of course, we had Mr. On the Cambridge Analytical scandal, that the company he was hiring to run his Facebook ads was creaming data or some such thing, but using Facebook ads in a very specific and clever way, even if you discard who it was and the fact of Cambridge Analytica, that was the thing. We've seen in the last election, and it's both sides abusing digital marketing and using it to manipulate people. With things like Facebook groups, we've seen fake profiles being set up. And now, of course, we're heading into the era of AI. So we know, obviously, politicians are going to be using AI as part of their campaign. And we also know, because it's politics and nobody's a good guy here, it's just going to be clear, both sides have abused digital marketing in the past. There's going to be some dodgy stuff going on. And Google are trying to mitigate this somewhat by banning, from November this year, you will have to add a disclaimer to a political ad if you have used AI as part of creating the ad. Now, that's going to be pretty harmless if they're using something like ChatGPT just to maybe finesse what they're writing. I'm not too worried about that. But what I am worried about is deep fakes. So we know that deep fakes, which are basically, you could create a deep fake of me and have me say anything. This is where we are with deep fakes. They're really convincing videos of people that you can have say anything you want to. There's also images you can create that can put people in particular situations that they were never in. And that, I think, is going to be the danger with AI in the next election. And I do also think that having a disclaimer against a deep fake, so if I made a video of my political competitor saying whatever it is that I wanted to, that would be contrary to my beliefs or the beliefs of the electorate, just putting a disclaimer on that ad would not be enough, because I still think, we believe what we see. And when we see a convincing video with somebody saying something, disclaimer or not, it's really hard to override the fact that we believe what we see with our own eyes. So it is very worrying. It's also going to just be fascinating to watch, I think, what happens with AI and the way that it's used in the next election. So it's not all doom and gloom. It's going to be a bit of fun. Hopefully it won't all turn Millhouse, but you never know. You never know. Okay. There is some good news stories this week. Honestly, I don't wish to make you depressed.
Hello, this is Rob Charles, the voice of Mike on Forever FM on Peter Kay's Car Share. BAFTA award winning, I've got to say, but I've not seen the BAFTA yet. Anyway, you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Enjoy. I'm on tea. Shh.
This show's going to be a bit mixed up this week because I can't actually hear the videos and I can't work out why I can't hear the videos. Why can't I hear the videos? Just thought I'd mention that up front, so I'm really confused. So, thank you, Rob. One of the reasons I think that social shopping hasn't taken off the way that the social networks imagined it would during the pandemic is all about trust. Because I think we all know someone, right, who's bought a product off Instagram and either it's arrived and it's been completely different to the product that they bought. And when they've got in touch with the initial retailer, they said, sure, send it back to us. You just have to pay the postage, which is $200 bazillion million. So nobody ever does. Scammed, or the product never arrives and the company goes dark. In fact, I'm so sensitive to this scamming stuff right now that, I'll I feel like every time I click a product I'm interested in on Facebook or Instagram, one, I have to go and search to see, is that company actually legit somewhere else? And secondly, they always have like a countdown timer, says buy this because this discount is going to expire in 30 seconds time. And that's all rubbish, right? That's not true at all. And that erodes my trust in that brand and that business, knowing that. So I was actually talking to someone recently who they may see a product advertised on Facebook or Instagram that they want, and then they'll go over to Amazon and find it there because they trust buying from Amazon more than they would from social. It's a real problem. But as we know, TikTok is not going to give up on this whole retail thing. And this week in America, people are seeing what we assume is a beta test or an alpha test even of a shop tab. So it's appearing in the middle between your following and your For You tab is this shop tab. Now, it has been spotted in the UK before, but it's not been rolled out fully anywhere. And when people are clicking into this shop tab, what they see is what appears to be just random items for sale. Apparently, they might be trending items. A lot of them are made in China or produced in China or from Chinese companies, which I don't think is an issue on its own. You know, a lot of the stuff we buy every single day is made in China. But what is an issue is a lot of the companies that are featured here are ones that have been banned from Meta shops for things like fake reviews. So I don't think this is a good start I don't think it's a good start at all from TikTok, because if their shopping is going to take off, it has to be trustworthy. People have to know that the products they're intending to buy are kind of good quality and real. It is going to be interesting to see how this evolves. Clearly, TikTok knows that eventually they're going to crack this nut. But if I was them, I'd be treading a lot more carefully about the products that they are allowing to be advertised on the channel. I can see that I've got a few comments here. Love my bit about AI politicians. Thank you so much. And you've done that. I'm guessing you're talking about going and buying stuff on Amazon after you've seen it advertised somewhere else. I think it must be a thing. And now she told me, I was like, oh, that's smart, because I would like avoid buying something I saw advertised on social media, and I'll go, oh, well, now. So I've started doing that, and then not buying it on Amazon at all, but at least looking at it on Amazon and seeing it exists. So I do think that would be a really cool thing. I am going to try and press a few buttons here and see if I can make I mean, my sound's turned up really loud. It must be some way that the sound is coming at me. Because I really can't do this if I don't know what people are saying. So what's happening is when I play the videos, I can see that you can hear them, but I can't hear them. So I'm just looking for the audio. Yeah, it should be coming out my speakers. I don't know. Well, I'm going to press Sam, and I'm going to make a guesstimate at when she finishes talking. It's going to be one of those days, I feel. Okay.
You're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
We know that link posts on any social network tend to like die a death. They don't get as much reach as other types of posts on social networks. I mean, my argument is always they show links to people who are going to click links. So if you post a link post rather than trying to hide it in a comment or something, you will get more clicks, but that's a whole other thing. We know the algorithm never favors link posts, and we believe that's because those social networks want to keep people on the social networks, and that has to be part of it. But also, the social networks say it's because when people are engaged on a social network, they don't want to leave the network. They don't want to click links. So we show them to fewer people. And I know that's going to be particularly true for something like TikTok, because you're engaged watching all the funny cat videos, you're hooked, you're in your session, the endorphins are going off, and you see a product that you might want to buy, whether you trust it or not. You don't want to click through. You want to keep enjoying, but you may have watched the video. You may have enjoyed what it was that it was promoting. But that's a problem for TikTok ads, right? Because if somebody sees the product but they don't click through, how do you know if the ad's working? Other social networks do something with attribution windows where for example, they will have an attribution window of, somebody clicks the link, and if they convert within 7 days, even if it's on the 7th day after they've clicked the link, they will take credit for that. They will say, this has worked, that's a conversion down to my meta ad. Or they will have, if somebody viewed the ad and they converted within 24 hours on your website, they'll take credit for that as well. That's their attribution model. Now, in fairness, they shouldn't be taking all the credit, right? So they can take the first click attribution, but then somebody's gone and Googled them and maybe found them that way, or just remembered the web address or whatever. But still, it's an interesting model. TikTok didn't have this. So TikTok was only first click attribution. Somebody clicked on the ad and bought, and then they would know that that ad had worked for that person. And according to a report they did, this meant that people were missing 73% of the conversions that were coming from TikTok. So they're going to fix it. That's the news. They're going to fix it. They've partnered with some other company that will be able to help them measure that viewed the video, bought the thing attribution. And now they're asking businesses to switch that window on so that when advertisers will be able to see that if somebody viewed, that later on they bought the product. Now, I know it's all a bit airy-fairy, but we know the way we use the internet. In fact, we were just talking about the fact that we'll see something on TikTok and go and find it on Amazon. Maybe we'll go and see something on Instagram and we'll search on Google and then buy without ever clicking the link. And that is something that we know we do ourselves. So that attribution makes sense. Taking 100% of the credit, I don't think they can, but I do think taking a portion of the credit makes sense. So I do think that's a good update from TikTok.
Hi, I'm Kyra Fingleton from Glamping Under the Stars, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Growing a YouTube channel is difficult. Growing your subscriber numbers is difficult. It takes a lot of video views, a lot of good videos to get people to subscribe. But if you have a budget, of course, you could use YouTube advertising. Well, that's a real nightmare to get your head around. Believe me, I've tried it. No, but now YouTube is giving you an easy option to gain subscribers. You will actually find it, I'm just looking for the button, in your dashboard. You'll find it in your dashboard under promotions. And here it's just a 4-step process to advertise your channel with a big fat subscribe button underneath, a good call to action button. The first stage is to just say which account that you want to hook it up to. The second stage, you choose a video, and then you just choose an audience and a budget and then hit to send it. Now, it is in beta, which basically means they don't know how much this is going to work or not work. But it will make it a lot easier for smaller creators who don't want to have to navigate the world of YouTube ads to actually promote their channel and hopefully see some results. It's definitely worth trying out if you've got any budget at all. I'm just looking because somebody's saying my sound is fine. That's good. It's just not coming out my end, and I don't know why it's not coming out my end. Why is the sound not coming down my end? Hello, I'm going to attempt to say your name, and if I mess it up, I really apologise. I really should get better at understanding names. Kondaka, am I saying that even close to right? I don't know. Thank you, and thanks. He says thanks for sharing for us. I do it because the Instagram click-through doesn't always work. Oh, that's interesting to know. You have to tell me what you're trying to buy. Be interesting. Ooh, okay. I'm going to press another button, and I know this one's really fast, and it's Louise Brogan, for those of you who know. Just thought I'd introduce her and talk while I get nervous about pressing the button. Here we go.
I'm Louise Brogan, host of LinkedIn with Louise, and you're watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
People are less likely to post on social media or engage on social media publicly now than they ever have been in the past. And one of those reasons is they're using direct messaging a lot more. So they're using things like WhatsApp groups, direct messaging on Instagram or Messenger, rather than posting directly to their feed. And we know that Instagram over the last few weeks has been putting in a few new measures to hopefully boost engagement on the channel. A few weeks ago, they added you being able to share a comment with a post to your story to hopefully get more comments going. Last week, we talked about the fact that when you share a post to your story, it's trying to prompt you to add an engagement sticker. So any amount of engagement they want people to do. But one of the reasons people don't comment is or don't even like a post is because they don't want other people seeing what they like. So maybe they don't want their other half seeing that they're into Taylor Swift and they're liking every Taylor Swift photo that comes up. Or maybe they have a stalker and they don't want that stalker following them all around the internet and befriending everyone that they know on the internet. Or maybe they don't want their boss seeing that they've got a specific political opinion. So when they click a like on a specific political opinion, they don't want their workmates to discuss that with them. Or maybe, I remember one time a lovely person on Twitter had accidentally, because this can happen, liked a post on Twitter that was contravening what she would normally like. And people piled on her. Basically, lovely person, and she had to do a lot of reparation and issued like a formal apology just for accidentally liking something. So I think that's something people are wary of. Or if you work for a big business but you actually like their competitor, I mean, you shouldn't. What if you want to like one of their posts? That's an issue. Well, Instagram is to the rescue. You can now like away because you will actually be able to control who sees your Instagram likes in the future. You'll be able to choose whether only individual people see your Instagram likes. You'll be able to choose if maybe a group of people or everyone or no one sees your likes in the future. And I think for a lot of people, they'll be able to take a deep breath and enjoy engaging on Instagram again. Now, we can see clearly through the behaviour of Instagram over the last few weeks, they really, really want more engagement, because more engagement means more activity, more ads, would be my guess. But we'll have to see.
Hello, this is Simon Hodgkins, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
LinkedIn recently added a brand partnership tool, like you have on a lot of different other social networks. And this basically, you say, I'm posting this in collaboration with this other brand. And that's great. It's taken a long time to come because the other social networks have it, but it's a really good way for you to be honest about your collaborations with other businesses or your brand ambassadorship, for example. And a lot of people on LinkedIn, particularly creators, would have this. And it seems to be rolled out fully. But now I'm understanding why they suddenly did this, because you may know there's been a big European, I think it's called the Internet Data Act or something like that, that's come around over the last few weeks. And this means a lot of the social networks are being forced to be more transparent. And by adding this tool, they're forcing creators to be more transparent about what they do. But that's not the exciting bit. No. The exciting bit is that there is now a library. There is now a library where you can view all the collaboration posts that have been posted on LinkedIn. So anyone that's used that brand partnership tool, those posts will be listed in there. You can search by keyword or by creator. And like when they launched this on Facebook or Meta, this is really useful to lots of people. So firstly, if you are a brand, you'll get some ideas about the sort of things that you can do to encourage brand collaborations with the creators you work with. If you are a business, you will be able to quickly see, in case you missed it, any of the brand collaborations that people did, or get inspiration for brand collaborations that you might do. If you are a creator, you will be able to get some ideas about the sorts of posts that you could create for brand collaborations. And if you are a business wanting to work with creators, you'll be able to see creators who are working with other brands and assess how well their posts are doing. Are people commenting on them and engaging with them and talking about the businesses they're talking about? I think this is a fantastic tool for research. I'm really glad that this option is there. I can see we've got a comment. I need to put my glasses on. We must get the benefit of follow. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Is that for all accounts? Yeah, well, I have a creator account switched on, and I have the option. So when you go in and make a post, it's actually not where you'd expect it to be. It's at the top where you choose who you're going to share with. So at the top of the post, it will say everyone. There's a little drop down menu, and underneath that, that's where you will see the brand collaborations. So you may have it, you may not have it. Go and have a look and let me know. I have it, and I didn't have it when it first came out. And now I feel like I've said I have it an awful lot of times. Yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool. I'm absolutely in love with this. Okay, I'm going to play another video that will pause. This man talks very, very fast. So I know it's only seconds long, but I won't be able to gauge when he finishes because I can't hear the video. And I'm looking through this and going, okay, let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Jeremiah J-Man Monero with J-Man Speaks from New York, and you're watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Make it a great day.
I like the idea of channels on WhatsApp. Channels on WhatsApp they've been launched in a few regions globally, and they're broadcast channels, so people can add posts to it and you just catch up on them. There's no replying to those posts. But you can subscribe to channels that you would be interested in. So maybe a local channel for your local town so you can see all the news that's going on there. Or maybe a channel about cats or knitting if you're me, because those are two of the things I'm into. Well, I'm always into cats. I'm knitting at the moment. Or Stephen King fans. And you'll just get, it's almost like curating your own daily newspaper. You'll be following all these channels and getting the updates that you need and want from those channels. I really like the idea of them. But of course, until now, if you're not in one of the small regions that they've been testing this in, you won't get them. But Zuckerberg, no, that's not the right thing. Zuckerberg, that is the right thing. Put out on his Instagram broadcast channel, weirdly, that now they are going to be rolling out WhatsApp channels globally. Now, I instantly went to check to see if I could subscribe to his channel. No, it's not available for me yet, but it is rolling out globally. So if these are actually as good as I think they are, and as long as you only subscribe to the ones that are really valuable to you, I think this could be great. And I love that they're not conversations. It is just like picking up a newspaper and reading the stories that you are interested in. We could do one for the digital coffee. You have to let me know what you think of that. Can't wait to see them. I think it's going to be big. I think if you're a business and you produce news as part of your business, this is going to be great. But I also think we're going to see a lot of businesses spamming people with constant messages on these channels. So you're going to want to make sure that you don't do that, because you're just going to annoy people. If you don't want to miss this show in future, so I know we've got a few new viewers this week, you can, I think I'm pressing the right button. I'm leaning over. I have pressed the right button. If you follow this QR code, you can subscribe to the Digital Coffee newspaper. You'll instantly get the newspaper that comes with this week's show, and you will get 2 emails a week from me, unless you've also signed up for my email list. And those 2 emails a week will tell you an hour ahead of the digital coffee or remind you to watch. And on a Monday, you'll get an email with what we talked about and a link to the video in case you missed it. So do sign up for that if you want to tune into this show regularly. And I'd like to say massive thank you to our new viewers. And also, of course, it's not over, because at 10:30 a.m. over on LinkedIn, you can join myself and Making Sang to talk about one of these topics in more detail. You can join in. If you join in, your voice can appear on our podcast as well. And we'll be talking about a weird story from Ireland that won the internet this week, and a company that kind of won the internet and the people that lost it. So don't forget to join us at 10:30 a.m. If you can't join us there, I will see you back here, same bat time, same bat place next week. Until then, bye-bye.